Cameron Gloves Red. Delighted to be joined by Jack Turner. Jack, how you getting on? Okay.
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Yourself?
Yeah, not bad at all.
Good.
So the reason we're doing this interview today is a bit of an exclusive, which is very exciting. So Jack, I will let you tell everyone the good news and why we're doing this interview today.
Yeah, so it looks like I've left MTK and decided to go with St Andrews, who is Ian Wilson, which is for myself is like a breath of fresh air. I just need that new kind of insight to boxing in a sense. Like MTK were excellent with us and all that. No hard feelings with them. It was just I felt they were big and had so much people to deal with. I want something that's a bit more personal. So Ian can provide that. So I think to excel my career and get me where I want to be, I think Ian's the man.
Right, great. And Jack, can I just ask, like, how did that come about in terms of the engagement with like St Andrews and speaking to Ian? How did this all come about?
So my coach organised a meeting, which was something that I was interested in. He was asking me who was I want to go with, and there was a few other names mentioned. And then obviously I heard Ian, and I remember boxing amateur. I remember boxing Scotland versus Army, and it was in this Andrews Sporting Club, and Ian was there. Mm-hmm. And I spoke to him briefly after the amateur bout, and I got a good vibe from him. And to be honest, I wish it was the first move I made was to go Ian. I wish I just kind of went down the path, but I kind of thought, everybody's going with MTK. I got offered the opportunity, I'll go there, which for me was a wrong decision. But now that I'm here, I'm happy. Do you know what I mean? I'm happy I'm getting to sign with him and put myself on a good platform.
Yeah, and what part of we've seen Kash Farouk, and he's signed a deal with Matchroom now with Ian, still his manager, and he was at the forefront of some of the St Andrews nights. Have you been in attendance at any of the kind of St Andrews nights at all, Jack?
That's one I've never ever been to. I've never been to one of the nights. I've never actually been. They look absolutely phenomenal. They look class. Kind of too smart for my liking.
Yeah.
I'm just in my khakis and all that.
I think they've done a great job with Kash Farouk and other fighters as well. Everyone says great things about the St Andrews nights. It's got a lot of history to St Andrews as well. So have you had conversations? I know just now in the current climate it's hard to, I suppose, put anything in the diary, but have you had any conversations about hopefully when they look to put their kind of next night on, or do you think you could see yourself fighting on an away show potentially?
I've not had any indication of when I'll next bout. I think he phoned me yesterday, and I think there was something about summer. I might be lying, but I can remember that kind of thing. So hopefully, I'll definitely bout this year. I know that. I think that's definitely a fact that I'll bout this year at some point, which is good. I've just been stuck idle, has been killing me. Do you know what I mean? Not doing anything.
Yeah,
it's been horrendous. But then the only good thing is everybody's in the same boat, so I can't really complain. Do you know what I mean? It's not as if this person, that person. We're all stuck in the same boat, so it's one of the things.
Yeah. And how have you found the start to your pro career, Jack? I've seen you fight on the MTK shows, and it seems to me it's kind of stalled a bit. Has that been quite challenging for you, like mentally and?
Aye, definitely. It's been tough. Everything kind of falling through, and then other wee things, and then obviously I had my first problem turning professional. My medical and all that failed. That really messed me up a bit with the kind of my frame of mind. I'm quite strong minded. So that was one of the ones I was like, man, I've what 13 years of my life doing this to maybe potentially never actually get to go to the pro ranks, which is all I kind of thought about going through the amateur scene. So stalling with the fights and stuff, and my first fight I didn't box to any instruction in my coach. It was just I was looking to go out and just hurt somebody, and I looked absolutely horrendous. And then my second fight, I kept my feet a wee bit, done a bit of movement, felt good, and boxed a bit better. But it's this constant stop go. Do you know what I mean? You're sitting going, just give me consistency. I want to be consistent.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I was actually in attendance for both your fights, and I felt in your first fight that you were trying to kind of punch the guy's head off his shoulders. But I think that's natural for anyone on their pro debut, and they've probably got family and friends, etc. there. But you were certainly better in your second performance, and I'm sure you just want to get in the ring again and have some fights lined up. And
definitely.
So can I ask as well, just to touch on the medical side, is that all resolved then? Have you passed a medical since then?
I passed all that, which was good on the medical thing. Which was thank God, man. It was something that happened years ago as well, and they kept pulling it up, and I was like, "Come on, man, let's just give me my license and let's run with this."
Yeah, brilliant.
It was good just to get that phone call and them saying, "Listen, that's you. Medical's passed. You can fight." I was, wow, man.
Yeah, delighted, and looking forward to getting back in there. So I wanted to touch as well. I know that you spend a bit of time with Alex Arthur. You tell us a bit about that.
I spent, I think it was just under a year I spent with Alex. I was going through Edinburgh all the time. After the whole Commonwealth Games thing, not getting selected and stuff, Alex messaged me and I got kind of in contact with him as also, and we were kind of talking back and forth, and asked me to come through to his gym and we'll have a meeting and talk about things. So Alex was potentially going to be my trainer. So I trained him just under a year. God, man, he knows his boxing. Absolutely phenomenal. Do you know what I mean? Just kind of having that insight, his knowledge was absolutely phenomenal. He was showing me things and all that. Obviously, I didn't go to plan with travel and all that thing, and Alex had other things in his mind, like his boys and stuff, and he was going about the amateur scene, so it never really worked out, but I'm forever grateful for Alex actually giving me that time and showing me these kind of wee things and all that. It was brilliant.
Great. And Jack, just for people that don't know, who are you training with now? And can you touch on as well, like during these difficult times with lockdown, etc., how have you been keeping yourself fit and training?
I'm training now with my boy Davey, he had like sandball and all that, and who was obviously a good fighter. So I'm training with him now. I'm not even going to lie to you, training's been non-existent. I'm not even going to beat around the bush and say I've been doing this and I've been doing that. I've been doing the littlest things possible. Like I've been going to the gym here and there, and I'm going somewhere, I'm doing runs. But to be honest, man, it's been non-existent. I'm just getting all get up and go at the moment. I'm like, until recently when I got the phone call saying this is all happening and you'll be out potentially soon or whatever. That's the only thing that's gave me a bit uplift.
Yeah. What I found speaking to other fighters as well, Jack, it's just, I don't know if you've found this, but not having that date in the diary. So like, you know, you've not got a fight. It's like, how can you have that motivation and that get up and go when there's nothing in the diary? And just now we don't know when, you know, your next fight's going to be. That must be really challenging for a fighter to, you know, look after the nutrition and keep training and keep fit.
Definitely. It's the first, like all fighters will tell you, it's the first thing to go is the nutrition. As soon as we don't have a date or a fight, we're all mad for food. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all go mental for food. So that's the first thing that goes out the window. So you're sitting there just takeaways constantly.
Yeah.
Then obviously because of COVID, it's coming to now, it's the third time or whatever in lockdown. You just look at everything going, this isn't going to happen. And people are going, but there's still boxing shows on. And you go, aye, but these boxing shows are boys that have got world titles, or they've got British titles, they've got Commonwealth titles. It's not for us new up and coming fighters that are just starting their careers. So we're already overlooked, but it is hard to get that motivation to get going. And a lot of people say, "Oh, just get up and do it." You're like, put your mashes. All I know is to get a date and fight. That's all I know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've not got that. I'm lost.
Yeah, and we've seen some Scottish fighters, Jack, offered opportunities down south. I know that Eddie Hearn's going to announce some shows that are booking in, MTK, some other promotions as well. Is that something? Is that like an opportunity if it was offered that you would jump at, or would you rather wait until shows are back up here and you can get a couple of fights under your belt?
Listen, I'd fight anybody, see, as long as it's at super bantam. Yeah. I've been offered. I've been offered a few fights, and I've been like, boys 3 weights above me, 2 weights above me, and I'm sitting going, why would I take that? Like, I think a lot of people just expect me to jump at it because it's a fight. But at the end of the day, that's not my weight. I know my capabilities. I'd feel confident, but it's not my weight. If you give me a fight at super bantam and go and don't give me 2 weeks notice or a week's notice, give me a full camp, give me somebody at super bantamweight, and I'm happy to go and do the job on them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's the right attitude to have. I think from their perspective, our big focus is Scottish boxing, Jack, and I feel that they're offering opportunities, you know, try to dangle that carrot to some Scottish fighters. Maybe because of the travel ban, they can't get maybe fighters from other countries and stuff like that. It's harder, but it's not, for me, it's not the right opportunities. It's maybe like, you know, 2 weeks notice, or it is someone two weights above. And, you know, personally, I don't think that would be a positive thing for you right now. I think it's just, you know, try and get some belts, you know, try and get some fights in the calendar and maybe 3 or 4 fights in the 1 year, and get that kind of confidence up and get a proper camp with a big opportunity.
Yeah, definitely.
Something I wanted to touch on as well. So you I've heard quite a lot of people recommending your PT services. So is that something you've been doing during lockdown, helping other people get fit and maybe lose some of the Christmas weight?
I've been helping. I've been doing that for, I've been doing it for a year, but now officially it's been 6 months since I opened the business. So I had Flash Fitness, which is teaching people boxing. And I was always kind of skeptical of doing it, to believe it or not. I was always like, oh no, if I do something like this, or if I get something that's right committing, I'm going to leave boxing. I always have that in my head for some bizarre reason. I always think I can't do anything else other than box, or I'm just going to stop boxing. I've always been like that. It's a weird one. But ever since I've started it, I've properly enjoyed it. See, actually just teaching people the fundamentals of boxing and letting them actually understand what we go through as fighters and how hard it really is.
Yeah,
it gives people an insight to it, and they'll go, Jesus Christ, man, this is tough.
Yeah, it's I done a session with Billy Nelson probably about 5-6 weeks ago. I was like, how many sessions? And he's like, oh, this is nothing in comparison with, like, for example, Big Martin Bacoli would do, etc. Some of these other fighters. And I was like, what, they come in here twice a day to do this? It's just, the respect you get for boxers, for someone like myself. I've never been in the ring before, but you just get, you get massive respect for what boxers have to put in effort-wise in the sessions they do. So man. I'm sure there's quite a lot of people shocked by some of the sessions you put them through. So have I seen you? I know you're a big Celtic man, Jack. Did you do some sessions with some Celtic players?
I've done a few sessions with like Liverman Cham, Christopher Aya, a few of them. So they've all been in, which has been class. That was dynamite. Do you know what I mean? That was something that I was loving. So it's good to have them in.
Yeah.
Big and Cham's good, by the way.
Is he? Punches hard?
Punches hard. He's good, but punches hard.
He looks about 60-year-old, so he's probably... I know. No, but that must be great for you being a Celtic man, and putting them through the places must have been great.
That was it was definitely good.
But Jack, listen, I just want to thank you for giving me your time today, and I suppose letting Gloves Red put out that exclusive. I think St Andrews is a great move for you, and I can't wait to be in attendance in your next fight. So fingers crossed that all this kind of COVID stuff comes to an end and we can see you back in there as soon as possible.
I appreciate it, big man, and it's a pleasure talking to you.
No, you too, and listen, you lay off those McDonald's.
I'll try. You've got me hyped now. I'm going to run.
Aye.
Right, big man.
Right, take care, Jack. See you later.
Quality, mate. You have a good one. See you later,
you
mate.
Too.